Welcome back to the Tip of the Iceberg podcast, brought to you as always by InsideThePenguins.com. We were going to talk about this in the first segment, but it was running a little long, so let's break it down really quickly. Sam Poulin, 2019 first round pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I believe he was taken 19th or 21st overall, one of the two there. And he makes his NHL debut due to injury, of course, of Jason Zucker. He steps in and plays for the Penguins against the Calgary Flames. Gets his first career point, a secondary assist on an Evgeny Malkin goal, and not a passive secondary assist either. I think that was a nice play that he made to get the puck over to Jeff Carter, who set up Malkin off the pass off the pads. And then also Sam Poulin made a nice play. I believe it was either earlier in that game or earlier in that period to get a shot on Jacob Markstrom, threatening, trying to get a goal, and Markstrom just throws out the pad, makes a very nice save on him. So overall, I thought Sam Poulin had a pretty good debut for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think one thing that you had to notice is he didn't look out of place. He looked like he belonged, especially with the physicality of the game against a team like the Calgary Flames.
The physicality, yeah, there was that giveaway, but I mean, you're going to get the rookie giveaway. You're going to get the rookie penalty. He has 2 penalty minutes, but that boy did not sit for 2 minutes. That was a very quick answer from Hubert. It was like 3 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
But those rookie mistakes will happen. Those are growing pains. But Mike Sullivan showed a lot of confidence in not yanking him from the game.
Mm-hmm.
He kept him out there and he put him out there on the second unit of the power play, setting up. First of all, just the age difference between the assists on that Malkin goal, quite fun. That Jeff Carter may have been playing in the league in 2001 whenever Sam Poulin was born, at least it seems. But Sam Poulin to Jeff Carter, a very good play to bank that rebound directly to Malkin. And then that shot opportunity that he set up, which was after the assist, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He created his own space there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very interesting play that I don't know where the second defenseman was, but he created his own opportunity and was able to, what looked like was a very nice move to open up that side of the ice to get in on Markstrom alone, and had patience. There was a lot of mature play on that one play. It was creating the opportunity and having patience to have the goalie make the first move. But Markstrom was just a smart goalie. They were both extremely patient, which is kind of why it didn't turn into anything spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of just a basic, okay, I'm out of room, get it on net, do something now. But either way, it was just a smart, mature play from a kid in his first game who, like I said, he had his growing pains in the first period and early, but Mike Sullivan showed his confidence and kept him in there and put him in opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple of things on Poulin before we get into the lineup decisions, because I got a lot to say about what lineup the Penguins trotted out there on Tuesday night. But with Poulin on that opportunity, I think the thing that I recognized, and I think Jacob Markstrom quickly recognizes, man, this kid's release is ridiculous. Because on that opportunity, there was nobody in front of the net. He was shooting it from a little bit further out. So realistically, it should have been an easy save for Markstrom, but the release was so quick and so deceptive. That's why it looked like such a good opportunity, because Markstrom wasn't ready for that puck to come in at that pace. So I think it caught Markstrom by surprise. It certainly caught my attention, and that's something that we've always talked about, is Sam Poulin has a really good shot and a really good release, and we saw that on display there, and it almost ended up being a goal, which, Markstrom would have liked to have back, but it's by no means an easy save to make, and Markstrom was able to make it. But secondly, and this will kind of switch us into the lineup conversation, the Penguins had him at third line center. Mm-hmm. And that's a really good indicator of what they think about a guy like Sam Poulin, because we saw Caggiula come up. He went on the fourth line, and McGinn got bumped up in favor of that. And McGinn hasn't deserved a bump up in any stance of the word. So basically they're saying, Caggiula can slide in on the fourth line, and we'll see how this all works. But with Sam Poulin, they said, no, we're going to move everybody else around to put him in this position. So not just plug and play for Sam Poulin, but we're making room to make sense for Sam Poulin to where he can succeed, which, it takes notice whenever you say, oh, okay, they have him elevated like that. The same thing happened with Valtteri Pustin. He was put on the third line when realistically the plug and play option was fourth line winger.
Mhm.
So you take notice when you see something like that. And also, that's the highest they're going to be asking of him. If all goes right, if he makes the team as an everyday player, he's only going to be asked to be a third line center. They're not going to ask him to play second line center, first line
Yeah.
center, unless there's an injury. So what do you want to see from him? Yes, he makes that mistake. You don't want to see that, but that's going to happen. And listen, plenty of Penguins made mistakes in the past 2 games.
Yeah. And I'm worried
But
about
I thought he played physical. I thought he played well on the forecheck, and I thought he looked confident with the puck. He looked like a third line center in the National Hockey League. And I think that, if anything, is a great thing to take away from those 2 games in Alberta is you might have a guy here in Sam Poulin that could be an everyday NHLer and could be a good third line center as early as this year, which a lot of people would not have said a couple months ago.
No, absolutely not. And I found the play that it just looked extremely strong. And it was, who gave it to him? Kapanen, by the way. Those 2 on a line, that could be something fun. Yeah, Kapanen flipped it up to McGinn, and I don't know where any of the Calgary defensemen are because it was Kadri that Poulin was able to kind of just bounce this floated puck away from. It was an interesting play. Like, that's why I'm so enthralled by it. Like, McGinn didn't have the greatest pass to him. It kind of like lollipopped on him. Like, it was like a little can of corn for an infielder. It popped right up, but happened to land at the right spot for Poulin to cut Kadri and just create his own space. But again, I don't know where the hell any of Calgary's defensemen are, like at all. But, he created the space. He was able to make something out of what could have been nothing. I mean, it was a broken just attempt to get it away from another flame, but and then just getting in on his own space and just the patience. That was the big part of it as well, is that amount of patience he exuded. I wouldn't be fully surprised if he stayed up.
I would. Just because the salary cap implications going around, who are they going to send through waivers in exchange? I mean, you don't know about Brock McGinn, but I feel like McGinn's making a little too much money to bury in the AHL. But yeah, I feel like salary cap implications would have Poulin. But yeah, I agree. I mean, the play was very, very impressive. And I think that's another thing. I didn't realize that it was on Kadri, or at least I didn't remember that it was on Kadri.
I didn't realize until just now. So,
and that might be something else that, like, it might not have entered his head. We might be manufacturing this, so don't take this, verbatim. But he might have noticed that's Nazem Kadri. That's not a defenseman, and I can attack him a little bit more aggressively because he's not a defenseman. And that might not have entered his mind, but that's something that you see in the NHL. And if he's picking that up from a young age, it's only a positive. Like I said, that might not have crossed his mind in the least, and he might have just been trying to make a play in his first game. But it's certainly encouraging. Now, we're not saying that Sam Poulin is now Nick Bonino of 2016, but we're saying that he has the potential to be a really valuable piece for the Penguins this season, which, again, we mentioned already, something that if you would have gone back 5-6 months ago, nobody would have believed you if you said it. But
yeah,